Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that break because we have returned with the European and Americas region. We just wrapped up with the Asia Closed Qualifier. We have our first player to qualify here throughout all the regions, Firefly. Firefly was able to make it out on top over Cyan in a best-of-7 qualifying match, and now we're here to begin the qualifiers of the Europa and the Americas. You can see there the background was huge, and now we have our matches lying before us. We have ShoWTimE versus SKillous in a PvP. We have Geralt versus Nikic, Raynor versus Shameless, and a Laser versus Spirit. Again, we can have a bit of a closer look at Raynor and Shameless, and we end the night with a Laser versus Spirit. It's TV. Do we have some other buddies? Hold on. Do we? Why are there so many rabbits around? There's a bunny on the shelf. You can see it on the shelf on top of the TV. There's, I want to say there's like a little bunny like figurine there as well. So, the rabbits, they're everywhere. Why? I don't know. But here we go. We're diving into our first game, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the German Protoss. It is ShoWTimE. And in the top left, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player for Team Liquid, SKillous. Also, they don't have audio playing when they show the cams. But regardless, we are diving into this lovely PvP again. ShoWTimE on Berlin International Gaming, BIG. And a big shout out to the event and the sponsors themselves. For StarsWar 11, we have Team WE, we have New TV, we have Double Esports, SCBoy, Aegon Doyu, and another sponsor in the center. I'm not certain who that sponsor is, but without these lovely sponsors, this event would not be possible, would not be here. We would not have this lovely StarCraft, this lovely tournament. So shout out to the sponsors as we bring all this together, and we are entering 2-gate play. It's going to be two gateways here for ShoWTimE, 2 gateways for SKillous. Standard plays so far. Let's go. Let us go. 2-gate openers all around. As we settle on in, we do have our Cybercore follow-up as well. Pretty standard openers, pretty standard builds for the time being between both of our players. We'll see how we deviate, we'll see how we open up once we get into our first units of choice. Just gonna be keeping our eye out. Keeping our eye out on our players here. Again, for now, gateways are finishing up, Cybercores are done, and with this we can get into Double Stalker, we can get into Double Adept, we can get into Stalker Sentry. Each pairing of unit does come with its different kind of playstyle here, and it looks like ShoWTimE is faking out Double Stalker as he should be canceling that Zealot, does cancel it, now he's going for the Sentry. Okay. So we have a Stalker Sentry opener out of ShoWTimE. It is a little bit more defensive. It looks like Double Stalker, but wasn't quite. Meanwhile, SKillous actually opening up Double Stalker with a much more aggressive, assertive style, following it up with a Stargate. That is a Stargate before Expand. So SKillous is going to be a bit more aggressive here, with some Oracle aggression, with some Oracle harass. Sorry, it's a little bit loud. There we go. Was a little bit loud there, but yeah, with this we're going to be getting into Oracle production from the side of SKillous. I believe ShoWTimE is yet to confirm and yet to scout. ShoWTimE will have the faster expansion, meanwhile SKillous will have the more aggressive potential, the more harassment. So we have kind of taken our roles here in this game. Additional sentries on the way for ShoWTimE. We do have Hallucination Scout moving out across the map, and the Hallucination should get eyes on the tech itself, and we should get eyes on the Oracle, so ShoWTimE will have time to prepare. Again, this is the power of a sentry-based opener, is that you gain access to hallucinations and you're able to see everything. Speaking of, hallucination does slip in. There we go, does manage to scout out the tech as well as the first unit of choice. So now ShoWTimE can prepare. Shield battery is on the way, or shield battery should soon be on the way here for ShoWTimE, as he is going to be preparing. Again, just making sure that it is going to be the Oracle. Does also get eyes on the follow-up tech on that Twilight Council. ShoWTimE has a massive lead when it comes to Blink. Oracle moves out across the map, and the Stalkers are in position. Yeah, we shave off those shields. We do manage to get one probe, at least. We got one worker, but the Oracle is forced back. There we go. Behind this, we do see SKillous getting into a second Oracle, so he's just building up his Oracles, getting ready to dive in. Oh, sorry, yeah, second Oracle. Now, with 2 oracles, you can one-shot probes, so even if you have a shield battery, even if you have some units in position, we can still get some damage done. We get 1 probe, we get 2. 2 probes go down at the natural. Good damage so far. Ooh, as ShoWTimE is setting up a proxy gateway across the map. Remember, ShoWTimE does have that blink advantage. He does have a window where he has blink over his opponent, and he might try to just flex that here on 2 bases and send it across the map. We shall see. SKillous likewise does come across the proxy. Big scout from SKillous. He will shut it down, or he's trying to. We can see ShoWTimE maneuvering over. He wants to try to save that gateway. Can he though? As the pylon goes down, the gateway is depowered, more stalkers are arriving, and ShoWTimE is going to try to engage. You can see him moving on the minimap. Yeah, coming in, he does have a stalker deficit, but he does have force fields. And he has blink. Yeah, blink finishes up just in time. But SKillous does take down one of those stalkers, trading 1 for 1. Does trade 1 for 1. Again, the blinks were missing there for ShoWTimE, as oracles are getting across the map. No, the move command! Oh, brutal move command there from SKillous. A bit of miscontrol, and he will lose out on this fight. He has to pull all the way back. At the same time, the oracles likewise have to back off as well. Good target firing out of SKillous. Again, we are missing some of our blinks here from ShoWTimE. And we can focus on the sentries instead. Can focus down instead sentries. Oh, we do get another stalker. Again, good retargeting there by SKillous. Focusing on the stalker that had already spent its blink. The oracles did survive. SKillous is getting a 3rd base behind this. And ShoWTimE just now starts his own 3rd. So SKillous has a slight lead when it comes to his 3rd base timing. And he will shut down this gateway. Remember, ShoWTimE was trying his hardest to save it, but he could not. As now ShoWTimE has to deviate away. Working towards now is Forge, now is Robo. Meanwhile, SKillous already has charge on the way. I want to give the edge to SKillous right now. He does have a little bit more momentum going for him. Catches up with his own blink. And can he break through? This trap is baited. Oh, it's ShoWTimE. Bappy. Does bait out the stasis. Sold concave here in favor of ShoWTimE. Does force back the army. So far, so good. ShoWTimE is going to be holding on. Likewise, oracles are still poised to come in from behind. They're ready to dive into a mineral line. As ShoWTimE attempts to snipe that sentry, but doesn't quite get it. We'll back up. Skill setting up his own proxy pylon. His own proxy gateway. Charge is on the horizon here. So basically, there is a window. There is a timing that SKillous has charge and ShoWTimE doesn't. It's a pretty big window. Can we use it? Can we squeeze through? Or is ShoWTimE going to be able to stabilize on 3 bases? That is the question. And stays trapping set up. SKillous rotating around. Yeah, setting up some stasis traps, setting up some reinforcement points or fallback points. As ShoWTimE is in position with that observer, he does spot the army. He does spot the stasis. We do see SKillous trying to engage. Move command was a little bit brutal there, but he does take down both sentries. Does bring them down. Reinforcements have arrived. Likewise, we have Zealots warping in from behind, actually, from that gateway. SKillous Zealots are coming in from behind. Instead, they're going for the 4th. Yeah, they're collapsing on the 4th base, and ShoWTimE is being pulled apart. He's down in army supply. He can't defend, and he's forced to cancel. You can see on the minimap there, the 4th base of ShoWTimE was cancelled, and Zealots are breaking into the natural. They try to focus on that shield, but they will not get it. Meanwhile, SKillous, he busts into the main, and probes are going down. You can see ShoWTimE struggling to defend. Does bleed out 5 probes, 9 mining time. More Zealots are being warped in, and SKillous is getting his 4th. His 4th base is getting up and running behind this. So SKillous, he's getting ahead economically, he's crippling the economy of his opponents, and he is amassing a massive army. SKillous is running away with this. And he's coming in from behind. He's trying to. Zealots, they crash into a wall. It is going to be mining time here for ShoWTimE, but we break through that wall. Okay, we shut down these pylons one after the other. We're going for the base. Big stasis trap goes off. GG gets called, and ShoWTimE taps out. SKillous takes game number 1. Whew. GG. A very solid game there at SKillous. I am impressed, Papi. I'm very impressed. You can see SKillous sipping on his coffee. He's like, ass. Just another ladder game, you know? Just very little reaction at his. I think I would set that above Germany. Our next game. Personally, I rate Spirit above Hero Marine. But I guess Lambo and the others are very close. But here we go. We're getting into our game. We do have ShoWTimE here in the bottom right. And in the top left, we do have SKillous for Team Liquid. Here we go. But I do rate Spirit above Hero Marine. When it comes to Lambo and a Laser, I feel like they're neck and neck. I feel like, I've said this before, I think Lambo and a Laser, they're like 3 and 4, depending on the day, like they're interchangeable. I guess the big one is ShoWTimE. The big one is going to be ShoWTimE there. I think maybe he's the deciding factor where, when it comes to Protoss, where like both countries have good Terrans, really good Terrans, and both countries have really good Zergs. When it comes to Protoss, yeah, I think ShoWTimE definitely has them beat because Geralt still has some room to grow. Geralt and Christiana, like quantity, they've got all the Protoss, Papi. They've got the quantity of the Protoss, but yeah, they still can't quite compare to ShoWTimE. That's what Poland lacks. They need Geralt to step up, and he has been. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2. And so far, it's going to be a 2-gate opener out of our players from both ShoWTimE and SKillous. But yeah, I think when it comes to comparing the German pro players and the Polish pro players, I feel like ShoWTimE is the deciding factor there, and does take the cake. But we got, like, really, you know what we need? Really, all this discussion is bring back Nation Wars. Feels bad, man. When can we get Nation Wars once again? Smoge, Papi Smoge. If only. Would love to see Nation Wars return in some capacity. Obviously, O-Gaming is not a thing anymore, but would be amazing if another organizer were able to step up and fill those shoes, to fill the hole that has been left in the scene ever since we have lost Nation Wars. But I do understand it's a lot of work. Like, Nation Wars is like organizing it and hosting it. It's a lot of work, Papi. It's a lot of work. Here we go. We do have, once again, SKillous opening up 2 gates into the Stargate, into Oracles. So the same build so far as SKillous, 2 games in a row. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE is going for the faster Nexus. So honestly, this is a repeat of game 1. This is game 1 over again so far. Regain, Papi, regain. We'll see how things do differ, though. We'll see how we can adjust and how ShoWTimE can tighten up here against SKillous. As hallucination is going to be going in. Once again, ShoWTimE does get eyes on the Stargate and the Oracle. So just like the previous game, ShoWTimE is fully aware of what's coming his way, and he has the opportunity to prepare to minimize his losses, at least initially. We do see ShoWTimE going for the faster Twilight Council, faster Blink. Going for that faster Blink. As SKillous is moving out. It does run into the wall of Stalker. Shield battery is still not quite done, but it's on the way so far. Good trades, better trades for ShoWTimE. Does get some extra hits in. Stalkers are pulled out of position. The Oracle does not quite make it in, though, as we have 3 Oracles to defend. Oh, they're tickling the Oracle to death. We do get one of the sentries, though. We get 1, we get 2. Good pickoff. 2 sentries for the Oracle. The Oracle does survive. Very nicely done. But across the map, ShoWTimE coming in, slipping in here with his adepts. Threatening a shade towards that main. Doesn't quite make it in, though. We do have a wall. Yeah, the second Oracle does have to stick around back at home. Does focus down at least one of those adepts. Not quite getting the second. It does shade away. As I say that, Stalkers are in position, and it looks like we can shut it down. And from here, the game is going to be settling. We're going to be calming things down. Oh, ShoWTimE once again with the proxy pylon. Is he going to get found out? Oh! SKillous, he's so close. And he barely does not see it. No, he does! He does see it. Oh my god. The game sense here by SKillous, finding another free pylon. This time it's not a committed pylon, but he does catch it. Yes, this time ShoWTimE, he's not going for a proxy gateway. He's not committing on 2 bases. He's going for a third. Much faster third base this time out of ShoWTimE. Will be extending his economic lead, and will SKillous try to punish this, or will he try to catch up? Well, first he has to scout. First he needs to realize what exactly has been going on. As he's moving out with his Stalkers, will apply a bit of pressure here to the third. And you can see SKillous throwing down his own. So in game 1, SKillous had the faster third base. This time ShoWTimE has a faster third instead. The third is halfway done. Stalkers, they do poke in. Manage to chip away at the base itself. They do get eyes on the progression. SKillous is aware. Forge is on the way. ShoWTimE building up towards the mid game, working on a faster +1. SKillous delayed Forge here. SKillous, he is just half a step behind. 1 step behind that of ShoWTimE. Later upgrade, later third. SKillous does have the slightly larger army, but only slightly, and yeah, with that, he's going to be backing off. Now, SKillous still has 2 oracles, so he can always wreak havoc in a mineral line. He can one-shot probes. SKillous rotating around, getting behind the army. He's going to threaten the natural. He could go in and pick up a pylon and then get the hell out of here. Doesn't quite get it. Gets a probe. Ooh, bleeds out a Stalker. Stalker for a Sentry Oracle. They try to come back in, but 1 Oracle gets sniped. Good pick up out of ShoWTimE. Very nice pickup. SKillous being very annoying, getting a couple of extra probes here in the back line. 7 probes go down. And SKillous even coming out on top in the trade. In that Stalker trade. Again, blinks have been solid. SKillous going to be forced to back off though. Has to retreat for a moment. Reinforcing. We have a pylon being set up here to reinforce the front lines. But SKillous, this does feel quite... It is a little bit delayed here. When it comes to his upgrades, going for a big gateway explosion. That's 6 more gates on the way. Charge as well. But ShoWTimE, he held. He has held. Ooh, and he won't quite push out. ShoWTimE, he does not spot this. I do think that ShoWTimE has enough to break this position ahead of time, but again, he doesn't know that there's a proxy gateway. Doesn't know where the army is, and it will get up and running. ShoWTimE going for a 4th. So is SKillous. ShoWTimE going for a Dark Shrine even. Okay. And we force a cancel on the 4th base. Good pick up there by SKillous. And Stalkers are reinforcing. SKillous rotating around. ShoWTimE, can he keep up? Again, as SKillous, he has taken a Stalker lead. The concave still in favor of ShoWTimE. You can see SKillous trying to bait the army into the stasis. ShoWTimE doesn't chase. Again, he's waiting for the Dark Shrine. Now, SKillous does have Observer. Sorry, he does have an Oracle. And there we go. Observer on the way for ShoWTimE, not for SKillous. I believe SKillous doesn't have a Robo. Oh. No Robo from SKillous. These Dark Templar, they can pop up. They can get a lot done. Like, thankfully, we'll have a Revelation with that Oracle, but again, we need more than that. Dark Shrine did finish. Where are the DTs? Where are the Dark Templar? As SKillous, he will be able to deny this southern base. There we go. DTs are on the way. They're whirling in towards the natural. And they're going to get a lot of damage done. They're going to wreak havoc. We have Zealots hitting the 3rd base. The Stalkers, they push towards the 4th. Like, SKillous, he's doing well for himself. But that's before the Dark Templar. As they're coming. The DTs are coming. Zealots, you can see they're breaking through the Stalkers. They break through the side defense. There is a cannon at the natural. Oh my god, but no cannon in the main. No cannon in the main base. Stasis Trap does go off. SKillous, he's breaking through. He's breaking through the main army. Getting on top of these Stalkers. Yeah, the fourth base has been broken. GG gets called. The DTs are not good enough, and SKillous will take the 2-0. GG. Oh my god. Baffy. GG, well played. And again, I would say that SKillous and ShoWTimE are comparable in skill, but I was not expecting a 2-0. I was not expecting a 2-0 here. I was expecting this to go to the ace match at least. But no, it ended here and now. And ShoWTimE, even though I would say that he had Protoss in the middle of the pack there in the European region, and it's really hard to stand out. It's hard to stand out like MaxPax, like ShoWTimE, like SKillous. They are the top three. But under SKillous, it's arguable who's there, right? You have players like Goblin, Forjumi, you have Cristiano, you have Geralt as well, you have Gung Fu Banda, who shows up every now and then to like take down a big name, then disappear into the night. You have Shameless, who's another player that we can get into soon as well. There's a lot of Protoss. There's a lot of Protoss out there. And it's really hard to really stand out, but I feel like Geralt has been doing so. Art is another one. I do think that Geralt might be top 4 in Europe, right? When I think of the top Protoss players out there, I think number 1 is, of course, MaxPax. Number 2, ShoWTimE. Number 3, SKillous. Number 4, that might be Geralt. That might be. We have seen Geralt and Cristiano go back and forth, and I think they're both vying for that. I think it might be safe to say that Geralt and Cristiano are 4 and 5, like they're top 5 Protoss in the EU. Arguably. I have to think about it. I need a list. I need a list of all the Protoss players in Europe, and then maybe we can make a tier list or something. But Geralt has been improving a lot. He has been improving so much over the past year, and he's been getting some better and better results. And yeah, like big shout out to him to be able to qualify here for this closed qualifier. But likewise, he's up against Nikic, and I do think Nikic is a comparable player. For those that are curious, Nikic, he took down Young Yakov and he took down Estrella. And I'll be honest, I would consider both Young Yakov and Estrella higher rated players than Nikic. So Nikic, he was on fire in the qualifiers. He cheesed the hell out of them. he just aggressed his way through Estrella, through Young Yakov, and Nikic, he pulled off a miracle and he qualified. So you may be thinking, hold up, this is the European and the American